All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. And today is Monday and it's a beautiful day, right? I just want to make sure that I say that to start off because sometimes we forget and it's not really that good, right? I like to remind myself of what we're doing here and how grateful we are to be able to be here every day. So I feel good. I feel amazing. Very good weekend, productive weekend. Studied up on Sunday, and now I'm feeling ready. You guys always know how it is. You come in on Monday morning, you feel excited to trade. So let's talk about the watch list. There's a few that I'm watching. Main stock will be CYTO. We have MLGO as well. FLGC. And lastly, CGC, which is continuation from Friday. Those are the few that I'll be keeping an eye on today. Big Steve, what's up? How you doing? Good morning. At long last, man, at long last, I always nowadays I enjoy the weekend. Back in the days, I would just want to trade, but I enjoy the weekends now. But it just feels good to be here and ready to go. So let's see here. CYTO. I'll start off with this one. Right now it's up 63%, 9 million shares of volume. Let's see where those highs are checking in. We got 314 for the highs, 314 for the pre-market high. We have lows all the way down around 250s. Let's see. I did have a daily trend line around 60. I'm going to try and zoom in here on my daily chart just to get a bit of a better look. Yeah, 260 has been resistance. Like around March, we had a high of 74 back down. Right, March 5th, 67. And then 260 exactly on January 24th. So I'm going to actually leave this trend line here as a benchmark for the lows, right? Plus or minus. We'll see how that does. So as usual, I'd want to see an uptrending move. That's where I usually do my best. So I'd want to see a break over the pre-market high, if possible, for CYTO. If it does get over, what's this level here? 260. Again, break of the pre-market highs, and then, or let's say if it gets over the pre-market highs, break of that level, and then on the daily chart there seems to be room. Let's see here, 360 and then perhaps $5. 360 and then $5. We are above the 200 EMA, which is good. So yeah, can we get to 360 and then $5 here? 579, a bit of an area as well. Okay, looks good. CYTO. Cheaper stock around $2.90. Moving on to MLGO. MLGO, on the other hand, this one is up 58%, 8 million shares of volume. And we have a high point here around 794. 794 for the high point. I had to turn on my screen recording here in a sec. There, actually, there it is. There's the alarm. Right on time. Right on time. You know what I keep telling myself I have to do? I keep forgetting is to transfer all these archives to my external hard drive because this computer is probably almost out of space again. I have videos going back since like the beginning of last year. I have 2 terabytes. It's running out of space. Running out of space. So we had a low point here of 555, 551, and then more recently we pushed up over VWAP and we've had a low point of 628. So can we hold up this area here and push over, what's this high point? In fact, let's see, I want to see 697, break of 7. Can we get over $7 within this bit of a range right here? If we do, over time can we get to the pre-market high? MLGO looks decent. Daily chart, if we really get going, I'd say 990, 1180, and then 16. Yeah, 999, 990 area. Yeah, I think that's fair. What did I say? 15? 60? Was it 16? Why am I getting two different levels? This is December 6th. Okay, I see, I see. I think they also had a split. They might have had a split. 10 for 1, I think. I think they had a 10 for 1 split is what it's looking like. My Thinkorswim's charting, or E-Trade, one of these charting is a little messed up. E-Trade. So yeah, 999. Can we get to that level if this happens to be pretty strong? And then I want to see $16 area. This should be interesting if it gets going. I like this price range here, so we'll see. Lastly, the third string stock for me is CGC. This one was in play on Friday. Right now it's only up 3%, but can we see something out of it today? Is it possible? I'm not sure, but if it does, I do want to keep an eye. We got lows of 765, highs of 947. The 200 EMA is at 809. Definitely worth putting this level up here. It's in proximity. Other than that, if it gets going, I'd say, can we see like 1480? That's the last known level here that had some sort of like volume. But even if it doesn't, get all the way there, even if we can just get to like 12, that could be decent. So we'll see. We will see. 19. I'm also gonna keep an eye on 1920. So that's the third string stock, CGC. We'll see how it does. Let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in. Get ready for the open. Share size. I don't want to start with super big size on some of these stocks. Making sure all my share size is adjusted and looks good, makes sense. The last one was FLGC. The high point here is 236. The lows were around 195. We'll see how this one does. If it does get going, there is some room here, perhaps to 370s. Yeah, about 370s. Well, let's say 380. I'll put 380. And then perhaps if it gets over 380, maybe we can see break of 428 potential resistance. We'll see how it does. But anyhow, there's a minute and 30 seconds left. Right, today's another beautiful day. I'm coming in. I'm looking forward to being disciplined. I'm looking forward to being patient. I want to make sure, and CYTO is starting to move here. I want to make sure that I'm looking for the opportunities that I know and love. And, I want to be confident in all the key areas, right? And, we'll see what we get. I also want to have some fun, right? Because at times, for me personally, I don't like to be too, like, overly serious, because then it becomes like stressful. So I just want to have a good time, trade the setups that I know and love, and manage risk, right? As we know, day trading is risky business. Day trading is risky. Do whatever is necessary to ensure success. If you're a new student, if you're a new person in a community, a new trader, utilize the small share size. Use the paper trading simulators out there. Do not rush the rush. Slowest is the fastest way. All right. Other than that, remember that live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade. Copy trading is a recipe to blow up an account. This trading style is very active and very fast. Lastly, remember, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful with fake accounts. I will never message you first, all right? So CYTO, what will it be here? My level 2 is lagging badly. I'm going to lose money here. 25, 28. Is it holding? I can't tell. I'm going to try again. And I'm losing again. Okay, sizing down even more. Level 2 is a little laggy. I'm attempting the opening surge there, but no good. Low of 304 right there. I got to make sure to keep it tight. I'm going to give the stock a second or two or three, aka a few minutes, to let it decide what it wants to do here. Are we going to push over 30 and hold up above 20? Or is this just another bluff right here? There's 29 and back down to 18. 15. We got to get above 30, hold above 30. There's 30. What's it going to be? Back to 22. There's 30 again. It's trying. I think we had 32. But I want to see a separation here. All right, 37. Okay, good, good, good. This is better. So how well can we hold up above 20 and 30 now? No, no, that's too high. It looks like it might be failing here. Can we hold? If this is like pretty low, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it. Too low for my liking. Smokes, but no cigar. So they say. Moving on. FLGC gave a move, but also a little tricky. Well, I'm red $266, just like that. 3 trades. Not great efficiency there. But one scratch trade. One scratch trade. One scratch trade. CYTO back up again. What's it going to be this time? It's at 28. A little bit of chop to start the day. Back to 11 on the bids. The low has been 04 or so. You can say the whole dollar. Is that a bid? Oh my gosh, I'm looking at my... What kind of madness is this? I had to stay focused here. CGC, if it gets over 50, I'd be interested, but we'll see. CYTO, how well can we do if it gets over 25 and then again 30? Nothing looking attractive here so far. Let me just double check. Let's see. So there's CYTO at 30 again. It needs to hold up above 20 this time. If I'm long, I don't need to be selling this thing down at 10 or 5, you know? What's it gonna be here? Take me to the moon. Have short sellers cover. That's what I need to see. It's us ripping over 40. $35. But back down. 26. So a tremendous amount of selling here. I like that 20 is holding so far, but it needs to keep holding. There's 340. Oh wow, oh my gosh, that sucks. I'm a little late there, and I'm filled at like 50. It didn't fail, it's still here, which is good, but it needs to try again. This is a bit of a sloppy start here. Sloppy and choppy, not good. Those two things together will surely bring about a red day, so I gotta be careful. There's a lot of volume moving through, both buying and selling. Waiting patiently. I like it high or low. Potential hidden seller at 46. Can we rip through these key levels? Waiting patiently here. Bro, what the, such an awful fill. This is not going good. We gotta turn things around. If it fails, I'll take a pretty decent loss here. Maybe I ought to reduce the risk a bit. Okay, it's fighting. It's holding, but there's a lot of resistance here. Like, I would have already wanted to see 30. $23 fill, kind of high. And 25 still having trouble. This 5-minute candle is about to close. It needs to go. It needs to go right now. If not, it closes in bad shape. It needs to go. It needs to get going. A lot of buying, but just nothing, man. I do like that it's not like flushing down, but you know, it's like we're littered with sellers here in this area. To the depths. Oh, 3 is like the last area, and this is like, I think, not good here. I think it comes down. It will. I think I could have been maybe flat. I don't even know if I would have been like very green or anything. I kind of had some issues here, like on my side. I think I would have been flat maybe at best. I don't think I would have made any sort of money. That was like pretty not good at all. On to the next. Down 500 bucks. Still a scratch trade, fortunately. But will we see something good? FL, jeez. FLGC, perhaps over 2, but volume could have been better here. Or could, let's say, could be better. There's an 18,000 share bid there at 95. It is a real buyer. It's been filled. And the lows are at around are at 90. It's back down. I gotta check the scans. Gotta rotate through here. Nothing looking good. Nothing looking attractive. So we have this bear flag right here on FLGC. That's why I'm kind of interested in case we get a reversal. But nothing looking attractive. We're currently red. 546.25. 546.25. I could have gotten the trade over 40, but that kind of was like slacking. Like there's a chance for the entry, like a window, and I fell asleep. By the time I tried to hit buy and realize what was happening, I'm filled at 50. Not good. Filled into the depths. Into the depths of the highest point. And those trades could still be winning trades if the stock is so strong that it keeps going up, like 55, 60, 70. But ideally you want to be in where you want to be in. And I was trying for 38, but I was super late. So all of our watch list stocks, remember, I like to trade uptrending opportunities. All of our watch list stocks right now are going down. So really and truly, I could say, hey, that's it for the day right now, and get out of here. Take this small red, but being that this is the stock market, if I continue this small size that I have right now, there's a chance whether it's one of these stocks or a different stock starts to uptrend at some point throughout the day or throughout the morning, let's say around 12 p.m., 11 a.m., whatever it might be. And then before you know it, we can do very well very quickly. So unless like it's really really slow, I'd leave. But other than that, I reduce my share size in a time like this, and I just wait. The idea is even if I wait till 4 o'clock and nothing happens, then I don't necessarily lose more. You could just say that I spent time here and didn't really yield a good result, but that'll be okay. Because on the days where we do see something good later into the day, we know what we can expect. Greatness. By the way, Momo Pro is getting some updates. They're gonna have real-time halts and limit up and limit down levels coming soon. That should be pretty good. For those of you who are using brokers where you don't have you can't see the levels. I'd want to see this hold above 06. The thing is with downtrending momentum, right? The momentum is trending down. So naturally, it's going to be harder for me to be green, trying to buy for the stock to go up. But, in this kind of area, I could look for bounces for sure. But the stock is, you know, it's more weak than it is strong. So it's like the odds are just, that much more against me. But there's still opportunity to be green here. Maybe not for me on this particular stock, but in terms of just like backside, if a stock is volatile enough on the backside, it could be it could be just as good as the front side, really, but it needs to have the range. Everything is in the gallows. Funny enough, back in the days when I used to just not care about the weekends, when I wanted to trade so bad that it's like, man, can Monday just come right away? Imagine you don't care about the weekends and then you wait for Monday, and this is what Monday is right now, like nonsense. It's like you'd end up leaving yourself so, it's still early, things can change of course very quickly, but it's like I'd leave myself so disappointed. But now that I changed my mindset, I enjoy the weekends, and right now it's just me looking to be reactive. I'm already prepared for what this day could be if it is, slow. And on the contrary, if it happens to be hot, I'm also prepared for that. So there's no expectation, and it's just business as usual, right? There's no feelings here. It's just okay. Today's slow, so I'm not gonna push it. Nothing more, nothing less. If we ever get too attached in our, and it can be unintentionally, right? That was like an unintentional thing that I did. And then you wait. Monday comes, nothing. You're red, and then it's like you're upset with the market for not being better on that day. So you gotta be careful with the mindset. Sometimes some of these things can be inadvertent, and before you know it, your mind is in the slums. XTLB, yeah, the preaching has started early today. XTLB. Yeah, maybe it's something. I think I just clicked on it too. I didn't look at the volume. Yeah, good call out here. Good call out. Perhaps XTLB is the one here today. Cavalry. Looking at it, the bids seem pretty thin. I'm already seeing that in the first couple seconds here. So, you got to be careful. Meaning it can drop down pretty quickly. Smaller size, just 1,000 shares. Higher low. Again, it can drop down pretty quickly. So we had 44 and then 34. This, I could perhaps look for a pullback trade. An overextended pullback probably could be good. If not, I think this could be trouble. Gosh. You know, I'm trying for 15 and then the bid jumps up to 20 something. I don't know if I'll get filled, probably not. And if I get filled, it better not flush down to 4. Okay, I'm filled. Hopefully there's a 10,000 share buyer there. Let's see how it does. Okay, nice. That was good. What's funny is that I thought about doing this over the weekend. Good ref to green. It might continue. There's a seller at 50 though. I might try again. Aw, come on. I could have held that longer too. Son of a gun. Should see 70 again. 80 was the high. Are we holding here? Can I see quick 70? Nope. Tight stop. Yeah, this is kind of high. 54. 57. Mm, mm, mm. 36, the lows right there. Do not go to the depths, all you do. Because if you do, I will be taking a loss. And I'm taking a loss, 25. Okay, that's okay. 25. Quite the pullback right there. XTLB. So we're getting like a 5-minute pullback. CYTO. Well, I'll take my $33 if it's done. It looks like it might be. But there should be a dip somewhere. The lowest been 13 so far. There's 10. There's a 1. I'll try right here. Can we see 20 out of this? Show me 20 on the ask. Can we see 20 on the ask? 12, 10. I'm cutting it. It needs to be right away. 13. I don't count that as a bounce, so I'm gonna keep watching. Six, kind of high. Can we see 15, 20? Can I see 15, 20? Again, nothing. 95. Can it flush out more? At this rate, can we flush out more? And then I'll try again. The low there was 93. Some days are just better than others, you know. Some days it's just you come in, the momentum is smooth and nice. Other days like today, you come in, you don't know, why the stocks are not as strong, but whether it's something economically or on a smaller scale, whatever it is, I just don't want to be pushing it. Nine 57 a.m. here on the East Coast. Half of the trading day is done for some, which for others, things are now starting. There's 93 again. '93 again. We're on a bear flag. The 5-minute candlestick looks awful. Can't remember why. I can't remember what happened because I should have been. I think I lost on the way down on the pullback. The low, I think the first low was 36 or something. I got caught somewhere buying the dip too high. 92. It might bounce here, maybe. Hard to say. You can say I always look indecisive, right? That's what my face would tell you if you ever watch the live streams. But best believe there are areas where once I see what I like, you know, what it is that my trades only last a couple seconds. So once I'm in there, if I don't see what I like, I'm cutting it all the time. Like CYTO coming up here for break of three. If it's really good, I'd give it a shot, but 95, 96. Can I see 97, 98? See, like right here, cutting it. Not going fast enough. CYTO. I can try again. If I see 97 with big green, I'll try again. But the bids are like coming down. There's a bit of a couple cent spread here. I'm gonna try 93. Tight stop. There's a lot of selling, but it's holding up. Will it continue to hold up though? $88, slowly coming down. These days when it's like this, like I prefer to walk away, to be honest. Like I'd come back if something starts to move, but a lot of it has to do with discipline. But I find when I just sit here and wait sometimes, what tends to happen to me is that I could either get tunnel visioned or something could actually look a little decent. But it's just so much weakness that you get involved and then boom, no good. So XTLB, it needs to hold above 14, 15 area here if it's to be any good. We got to hold up above 12, 15 area. 90 ended up holding. Interesting. I'm going to watch it here. I'd love to see 20 something. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. 28, great. 30, good, even better. 35, 37. Now that's just lovely. That's good business right there. 43. Is it going to go all the way? I don't want to buy it up here and then it drops. This is where the fun begins. Let's see what it does. We got 441 for the high right now. And we came all the way from 410 or so. 412, 415 area. $39. I think the breakout trades could be good, but might be a little tricky. Yeah, and that's not good at all right there. That's pretty tricky. It's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, is that high? 41? It's not bad. I kind of want to be aggressive, but I gotta be careful. But I think so far so good. The new 5-minute candle is a minute away. High or low? High or low? The halt up is at 508. There was a small bid there. I'll try again. They're not covering. They should cover soon. Cover, 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 cover. Why are they not covering already? Should be mooning. I want to keep trying here. Yeah, it could dip first, but it should go. It should go crazy, but it's not. Oh, okay, there's 65. Can we get 70, 75, 80? The halt is at 525. 5 days at 80. What I don't like is that I missed the dip at 20. I tried both times. Got a high fill once, lack of getting filled the second time. 67 again. High of days is at 80. It might keep going all the way to 5 here. Or a little bit of fluctuation there. Come on. It's like there's still so much selling. Like it's doing well though. 544 to halt. Somebody's gonna have to cover. It might give another big move like what we saw last week, where the stock just jumps 50 cents. They're gonna have to cover. They can't. Do not. Who's gonna keep holding this? You know. They're gonna keep holding, and they're gonna go to the depths. That's a good bounce, but I got a really high fill somehow. Bought 77 area. No fill on the bid right there. And limit orders are tough to get those fills sometimes, but can't get upset. Just gotta stay cool. I want to be mindful of the fluctuations up here. I want to be mindful of the volatility and the bids dropping down a little bit. This fills, man. It's doing a good job here, but didn't get good fills there to hold, so watching. It might want 50 actually. It's possible. And this is the beginning of a new 5-minute candle. Hmm. This is not good. Well, maybe. It's kind of low though, man. It's kind of low. I'll try again, but I could be playing with fire. I want to see 45 out of this. It's like so low. Oh, it's gonna stop me out. We're getting a 5-minute pullback. See, what I don't like about this, like I'd rather see more like if we got above 530 and then had a big dip like this, it would have been fine. It's too soon for this type of pullback, man. But you know, and I remember saying it doesn't feel like like anybody's covering. Like it's like the short sellers are still in, like the big ones at least. So this could just sink all the way to the depths right here. And that was good though. It's a good move up. Better than nothing. Close. Very close. Very close. Just a little too much of a drop. I think we're up 700 at best. I didn't get to hit size anywhere in that move. I tried once. And let's see, how do I reset this? Reset. Even this could have been a nice winning trade of at least 5 cents. Man, what really got me though is that on the move up initially, once we got the red to green, I tried to buy the dip, I got a high fill. I tried to buy the dip again, no fill. From 420 it jumps to 440. Like those two trades right there could have been big trades. And then I tried to buy the dip again, mid 70s. I'm filled like 80, 85, and then I think maybe like 84, 88 area the first time. That could have been, let's say, 75, exit 88 twice. And the other two could have been a good 15 cents each. But it is what it is. Sometimes the liquidity is just not, the stocks will move differently. There's some stocks some will linger around the lows if you want to say too long and then curl up, right? Like it lingers there. You can buy as many shares for that 10-15 minute time frame. Other stocks will come down and in an instant it's back up, and then you have like the in between, right? Some stocks, they just, once they dip a little bit, they're flying. It's pretty competitive to try and get the fills too, right? People are using offsets. For me, the main thing is I just want to see that there's a lot of selling in the area that I like. That guarantees me to fill on the bid, or at least if the spreads are tight, then I can just mark it in, right? But if the spreads are not tight, and you know, it's pretty chaotic trying to get the fills. But the good news is that at least we're flat, right? We're not like super red. What this is telling me is that all I need is something good to sustain itself and to kind of, you know, and sometimes it's why, you know, some people will say like takes a lot to really get super green, because it has to be like the right kind of momentum. And again, you know, can we get the Goldilocks zone in these different circumstances for the entry points? Some stocks could be really good, but then the window for the entry is so short that throughout a $5, $10 share move, you only captured like 5 of the entries out of like 15, you know, and it becomes like an average day. There's a lot of different factors, and this is going, you know, like this is going to the depths. Whoever was short was not covering, and this thing didn't get the buying necessary to go over. I could tell because there should have been more of an acceleration through on the move up. It's like somebody or some people were not budging, like they weren't hitting their stops. The stock should have been skipping and jumping up in cents. That's not always the case, but it seemed like this one had the potential to do that. So I'm already looking at the halt levels. Like, where can we go? How far? How high? You know, if it goes crazy. And once I start to say cover, 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 for what I'm seeing, if I'm short, I would be covering there. Like, you know, but I'm keeping an extremely tight stop. Somebody could be in this thing huge and they don't care about stopping out until it gets to $6. You know, if that's the case, then good luck to me trying to go long. It's not going to go anywhere. So there's all those factors, right? So the most I can do, or let's say the best I can do every time, is to keep my stop tight. Regardless of if short sellers are covering or not, I got to keep consistent and not try to say I'm going to buy 50,000 shares to try to see if it goes. Like, that stuff becomes madness very quickly. Before you know it, you're in too deep, and then you're at the mercies of the market. The mercy of the market. Is it really a 400 million share float? CYTO? I don't think so. I checked. I think I checked. I didn't check this other one that just popped up. XTLB. Let's see what Momo Pro is saying. By the way, if you're now tuning in, I did mention that they're gonna have an update pretty soon. Yeah, it's saying 413. Momo Pro is gonna have an update soon for real-time halt alerts, and it's also going to start to show limit up, limit down levels, aka the halt levels. But I don't know how it's gonna be displayed yet. That's pretty big for those of you who do not use a broker that shows the halt level for the stock that you're trading. It could be helpful in that way. But they still need the percentage gainer in this stream, man. Like, once if they do that, then this platform, this scanner becomes the best scanner for like small caps. Right now they say it caters to every style of trading, but for what I can see with small cap traders, if they add in that stuff for the stream, it becomes pretty legit. At that point, it doesn't make sense to not use it. But right now, it's like you can get by with other stuff, you know. They gotta add these updates, man. They gotta add these updates. It's the only way you can become the best, you know. Most other places are charging like $180. It's kind of expensive. Kind of expensive. Yeah, they have the halt alerts, but they don't have um like the halt levels themselves. Like on XTLB, the halt up is at 491, the halt down is at 327. You got to design your platform to where it surpasses everything that's first of all free, and secondly, it's like you cover everything that people need, and you go category by category. Small cap traders, mid cap, large cap traders. I would build my own scanner, to be honest, but this build doing this stuff is wildly expensive. It's like I'm not I'm not really ready to do to do that type of stuff yet. Maybe in the future at some point, maybe. Some people, that's why some people say that they just prefer to be traders, right? Like, even in the team house, like some of the guys, it's like they don't care to do all this stuff. It's like, hey, if I can just show up here, trade, and do well. Not everybody wants to deal with some of the hassle at times. It is work. At the end of the day, it's work, right? So it's 10:22. Will we get one last hurrah from a different stock? Guys, by the way, on Friday, I finished the day. I think, red at $29. That's net. Gross, we ended green gross, maybe like some, $20. After the live stream, BACK started to move again, so I was like, okay. These comments are so interesting. I don't have any money. I'm handicapped. I need money for trading. Please help. I am from India. For someone without money, you have internet connection and you're watching a day trading stream. Brother, there's other ways to get money than to be asking over the internet, right? So immediately your story that you're telling me is not aligning. It doesn't make any sense. There's more efficient ways to make money than to be asking over the internet, right? If I had no money, I would not be on a YouTube comment section asking for money. That type of story doesn't make any sense, brother. I need 5 million. Guys, even like there's someone came to me with a good story, right? And it's like, can I get 25 grand to start trading, kind of thing. It's like, bro, I'm broke, like I'm poor, brother. Like, in and people might not really, people might listen to that and it's like might not make sense to some people, but it's rough. If you guys see where I live, man, I'll tell you. Right now I'm living in the slums. There was like a shooting at the end of my street just a few days ago. Like, still in the depths. Still in the depths. It's like this everything is so expensive these days that even this trading money is like nothing now. If I was doing this 10 years ago, it maybe would have been way more impactful, but still in the slums. Still in the slums, man. Still in the slums. Still living in the hoods. When I have money, the first thing I will do is to remove myself from this chaos. I don't even. It's so bad here that I don't even walk around out there, man. It's just like craziness. Craziness, man. Pastor has to up his game. Has to level up even more. It makes me. It's what it really gives me the perspective of though, that because if I'm doing this, if I'm doing this, what I'm doing now, and still not really like up there. Like imagine really doing like a regular job, and this is so much of our reality too, like working, because I mean I'm seeing it with everybody around me, like you're working on a normal job, and it's like you're 60K a year salary, 80K a year salary. It's like it's not doing the same thing it used to do, just a few years ago. And a lot of places are not really increasing the wage, or the salary. Stuff is ridiculous, man. Stuff is completely and utterly ridiculous. And then yeah, taxes brutal, man. That it's just it's like the best thing I realized in this country to do, if you're somebody who's remote, if you have a remote job, and unfortunately I can't do this, but if you have a remote job, whether it's trading or something else, you have to get out of these coastal states as quickly as you can, man. It just doesn't make any sense living in these places. California, New York, New Jersey, all the, like it just doesn't make any sense. It's just prices here. It's like playing on the highest level difficulty in the country versus like a Midwest state or something, what you can get there is just so much better if you are able to be remote, or even if you just have a high paying job in one of those areas. These New York prices, man, 5 grand to live in a closet, freaking rodents everywhere. People don't, you can't even drive, there's no parking anywhere. You leave your car outside, it gets a ticket right in front of your own place. This is the depths. Move back to British Guyana. Down there is a whole nother level of just, down there is different, man. That there might not be any better in some ways. There's pros and cons. But all I'm saying is that things are this is going back to the comment of the person asking for money. It's like I'm broke. I'm broke, bro. Pastor is broke in the depths. I need 10 more years of doing this to say that I have any sort of money. And maybe I can come out of the poverty line. That's and I say all this stuff on here because that's just who I am. I don't, I'm not the type of person who like I'm not I'm a pretty open person. A villa a villa in Mexico for 100K. Yeah, the location is the biggest thing, man. Sir Rocco saying I'm working from South America now, getting a bang for his buck. Great conversions. Yeah, the location is pretty big. If you're in a good location, and doing well, things are like still pretty good. But in these coastal states, it's like you have to be doing like extraordinary, like yeah, like you have to be doing like some real numbers to say you're really doing well. You know, like 10 grand a day minimum kind of thing. Like I can't move on foot. I can't move. I can't move. I let's just say I'm in too deep to be able to move. Or let's put it like this. Let's put it like this. If I do move, I still have to like help my family here, right? So it's like I'll be moving, but you know, still gonna it's like it's probably almost even more expensive to move because then I'll be paying for a house elsewhere and still still helping out. So it's like double trouble, double trouble. Marcelo, what's up, brother? Nothing is moving right now, so I'm just here pasturing it up. I'm here chatting. MLGO. Can you guys believe this is the same stock market that was moving in February? Night and day difference. So when it's hot, we always got to cherish the momentum, appreciate it. And I mean, today wasn't really bad. I mean, if you're really in the right areas, you could have been green on both of these stocks, XTLB and CYTO. Sometimes all I need is a few quick trades and you lock it in. My level 2 at the beginning cost me 260. It's lagging. You could say maybe I cost myself 260 because I still try to buy. Here's what I did. I saw some green coming in. It was close to the pre-market high right here. All right. I saw some green coming in. So I just bought, and my level 2, the bid and the ask are sometimes like laggy and or inverted. I started looking at the time and sales specifically to see the orders and what price we're at. Because at that point, if I'm in for 320 and orders are printing at like 27, then I know I'm green in the trade. I can sell for a quick couple cents. But it was too volatile here. It was like back down to 14. I tried again, and same thing. In at like 22, out at like 14, 13. That's a pretty interesting conversation to have, right? So someone is saying your family has to take care of themselves. It's a pretty interesting conversation. Ultimately, I have the choice, right? I could say to hell with anybody else and just do my own thing, but that's just for me that's not even something I'd consider or even entertain. It's pretty selfless, but that's just how I was raised, man. Like some people are different, though. Other people for sure would say, "Hey, bye, have a great time." Some people definitely wouldn't approach it in the same way, but yeah, it's like you really got to think about what's the important things in this world, and if you have a great relationship with your family and your relatives, and things have always been great in terms of how you treat each other, then it's changing that at this point doesn't come into my mind. For some people, their situations are different. They might have had a rough upbringing. There might have been a lot of chaos, or whatever it might be. Because some people go through some very drastic things, man. Whether it's like a being abused or verbally, all these different things. So sometimes in some situations it's best to just, move away, right? But that was not my reality. I've been fortunate to have good people, man, good people. Grew up going to church on Sundays. CGC at VWAP. This entire conversation, all this is to say is that times are tough, and for us really to be doing well in this economy, and especially in these coastal states, we have to go above and beyond. To wrap up that entire conversation, with the things that I'm seeing now versus even my income, I have to tell myself, even at this level, good luck. Craziness. if I 5 years ago I would have thought at this point, it's like home free. Not quite. So, as usual, we accept the challenge and we look forward to improving. We look forward we look forward to the days where we can say we are ahead of the game. You know, it's not going to be easy. It never was. It never will be. But it can be done. And so 5 years from now, when I look back at this conversation, I would hope that I'm in a place where I can say, yes, we've done it. So for that to happen, I have to work even harder now. Do all the necessary things to position myself to be successful. CGC, I'm watching at it here, but not so far. I'm not really seeing anything that I'm really interested in. So I'm still waiting to see a couple more minutes how it plays out. Perhaps if it gets to like 50, well, maybe that's a little too high. Maybe it depends on the volume in this situation. If the volume really comes in over like 35 and it starts to pull away, well, we are coming back down a bit. No, not every. I don't think every like every family is not good. Like you hear these, you watch these interviews, these podcasts, and like sometimes for some situations, it might be in your best interest to move away. We got to be able to still have that perspective of like putting ourselves into someone else's shoes. Like even in this place where I live, like there's some neighbors that like, my goodness, man. Like like just what's wrong with people? People who are like whether it's like drink, like alcoholism and stuff like that, man. It's rough to really see. It's like rough stuff. Trading Team House 2025. We're looking to make it happen. We're looking to make it happen at this very moment. Get out of New York, New Jersey. And I believe that most people here are, most of us here are looking to achieve some sort of goal, right? And we're looking to utilize the market as a vehicle, right? Whether it's to make more income, um, that financial freedom, which is a pretty big part of being a trader, which a lot of people will talk about, or just freedom in general, right? From from the 9 to 5 grind. And so this is where it definitely becomes more personal and a little bit more subjective in terms of what you're looking for, right? And of course, your physical location at that point may or may not matter at all, right? Depending on who you are, how you're living, and how you perceive things. Some people are, going through the process of learning how to trade, and for them, they can just do that 250 a day, like $250 a day on average. That alone is all they're looking for from the market, and that they'll be very grateful for that. So it is different for everybody, right? I've had a few conversations with some of the students. Some people are looking for different things. Some of the common ones are like like extra retirement money, savings, stuff like that. Some people are doing their own thing remotely, and then they do have that little bit of time to trade that first hour. And ultimately you can use it for whatever, right? Whether it's like vacation, stuff like that, help you out with your personal projects. A while back, someone had told me, like, for this year, they had a goal in mind, and if they could have achieved the goal, they were going to look to redo their backyard and then start up a little bit of a garden, which I thought was pretty cool. Gardens are always nice, if you're into that stuff. You can grow your own fruits and vegetables. CYTL small move here around 75 area. Small move. RDDT is one stock I have not even looked at all. I checked it out once, and perhaps might have been worth looking at today. Gave a decent move. High of 47.84 initially, low 46, and then pushed all the way to 52.16. So $5 share move. It had fairly decent volume for this type of price. Decent looking candlesticks here, and this kind of uptrend looked pretty good. Decent pullback, continuation, and then kind of stalled out there. Bit of a double top. I think Crispy told me he traded this one on Friday or Thursday of last week. I've been leaving out early these last couple of days because I've had a lot of outside stuff to do. Even today I kind of have some stuff. So I've been like leaving the office, coming back super late. It's really why I didn't do a recap on Friday, because by the time I came back, it's like 9:30. I'm just like, 9:30. I probably should have still did one. I also didn't have the recording, I think. I don't think I recorded BACK. So after the live stream on Friday, BACK started moving again, and I traded it, got myself back to flat. Ended up finishing the day red, $29 net, because I was down about 900 at the end of the live stream. So it was a good recovery, good damage control kind of day. MAIA. Is it halted? No, it's not. A bit of a volume spike out of nowhere, but doesn't really look like much. Yeah, I'm going to shut it down here in the next 10 minutes or so, next 15 minutes. Start to wrap it up. man, ultimately in life, you gotta do what's in your best interest for you and your loved ones, right? Under the context that you're doing, what's it called? Honorable and reasonable things, right? You don't ever want to like cross people and kind of like cheat the system and stuff like that in that bad way, but generally speaking, when it comes to doing all the right set of things, right? So if you're definitely in a situation where it's like toxic and just, not right, you gotta just make the hard decision, and or even if you want to say the easy decision, right? Whether it's hard or easy, you gotta make the decision to, put yourself in a position to succeed. Whether it's a friendship, a relationship, family wise, whatever you have to do, whatever you have to do, whatever that might mean for each of us individually. Even with trading, right? Even we can bring it back to trading too, right? And I a lot of times say, do whatever is necessary to ensure success. And that falls right under that umbrella right there. From the time you're seeing some sort of bad habit or bad tendency or some sort of consistency where it's not benefiting your trading, it's not adding to what you need to accomplish your goals in that short and long term, then we need to make a change. We need to make an adjustment. And once we continue to do that, we become more refined, right? We put ourselves in a better position. Some of this stuff is not easy, but we got to do what we got to do. MAIA, I'm not touching. It just doesn't seem like it's liquid enough. There's a spread. Not getting involved there. Right now I'm red 170. Small scratch trade. See, I don't know. When it comes to trading, I think all you really need to do, in terms of like the learning curve, of course, you want to be going through some sort of formal education. I think is good, right? Whether it's with me or somebody else. But other than that, the first hour I think is necessary, and then studying for at least 20 minutes towards the end of the day to refresh your memory, go over chartings, go over some level two, like in terms of like the archives, whether it's mine, Marcelo, Tim, Triad, or even just going over your own archive and seeing what you did well, seeing where you can improve. And because initially you're starting off slow, you're in a simulator or using a small account, small cash, small share size, and it's like doing that over the course of months, coming into getting into your first year, doing it consistently, actively looking for ways to be better. That's how you start to get that consistency, right? So it's potential, you can potentially get that consistency in that way, I believe, but it's not the type of field where you have to be here all day long till 7 p.m. every night, right? So the hope is that with enough repetition over time, we can start to get a hang of it. But as we know, it's not guaranteed, right? It's very difficult. Even with that, it's still very difficult. And days like today, you wonder why a stock like XTLB did not get that extra push into the halt up. Just one of those things where the risk is always present and a little tricky, very tricky. So it's a good place to look at our disclaimer, and I think we can shut it down right here, right? Good place. So as you guys can see on the YouTube screen, if you're not tuning in, I can read it out for you. But first and foremost, disclaimer, we are not any sort of professional. Believe it or not, Relentless Trader is not a professional trader. I'm a guy who dropped out of school and started learning how to trade on my own. I am not a licensed professional. If I was, I probably would have been working on the floor in on Wall Street. All of those guys are licensed. But yeah, with that being said, day trading is risky business. Day trading is risky. Do not trade with money that you do not have. All right. So what that means is if you're a beginner, or even if you're someone who's been around for a while, but you're not consistent, utilize the simulators, utilize a small amount of cash, small share size. Protect yourself as you go through the learning curve. All right. That way, you give yourself a good chance at longevity, and your tuition to the market is very low, right? You don't need to pay a Yale or Harvard tuition to learn how to trade. You don't need to pay 50 grand a semester, 50,000 every 6 months of losing to learn how to trade. I don't care if you're a millionaire or billionaire. There's no reason to just throw away money when you can just do it in a way that's efficient. If you're a millionaire, you should already know what it means to be efficient, right? So this is where we can't allow pride or ego to get into our way, and we take the necessary steps to ensure success. This is part of that. So secondly, as we come down, right, remember the live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade. The YouTube stream has latency, has lag, has the delay. And on top of that, this trade style is very fast-paced, very quick, very active. You have to be able to learn the strategy to be able to be successful. You can't say, hey, Relentless Trader is looking to go long in this area, I'm going to try and buy. That right there will not work. That will get you to the depths very quickly. So keep that in mind, and let's not play ourselves here, right? Let's do the responsible thing, which is to take the time to learn how to trade for ourselves. Coming down, I do not invest to my subscribers, so be careful. I will never message you first, okay? I will never message you first. I will never message you first. Not on Discord, not on Facebook, not on Twitter, not on any platform. There are a lot of fake accounts on all platforms. Unfortunately, this is the worst thing that I have to deal with every day, is that, there are people pretending to be me. Every day we're blocking them on all platforms, but they continue to create accounts. And so what they're doing, they're creating accounts that look similar to my name. They'll put like Relentless Trader and then maybe like a hyphen at the end, or a hyphen in the middle, or a period at the end, or they'll put maybe 2 R's or 2 T's, an extra S, and then they copy my profile picture. And what's crazy is that I'm not the only person dealing with this. Everybody who's in the financial space publicly on YouTube and all these other platforms are dealing with the same issue day after day, and the big platforms are trying to find ways to help out with getting rid of it. But these people are being so creative. They're doing different things, and it's like they're putting so much energy and attention into doing negative things, the wrong. It's like, what if these people actually took some sort of any field and dedicated that amount of time to it? They honestly could have been doing something very positive in the world, but it's like they're choosing to do, like illegal stuff, and just it's sad, really. So there's people that I watch that are and for them it's like, for me there's like a few, every now and again. For them it's like, you go type in their name now and there's 50 fake accounts. It's like, wow. They're sometimes using bots. Like, these are all things we got to be careful of in a community. So remember, I will never message you first. I will never talk about copy trading. I will never talk about mirror trading. I will never talk about that. I will never send you a screenshot of my P&L from options trading or anything like that. So be careful, stay safe, and stay green, right? Stay positive. So this is a good place for us to shut it down. We're slightly red here, down 171 and 20 cents. Nothing for me to even, be upset about or anything. It was a decent day. The momentum just a little slower. Perhaps we could have done a better job not being as red on CYTO, but sometimes it does happen. But other than that, if something does, I have to leave out. I'll be back maybe within an hour or so. If something is moving then and it looks good, I will get involved, starting with small size and then increasing my size gradually if it looks good. Is this one gaining volume? MAIA? Doesn't really seem so. Yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. If you're going all the way to 4 p.m., continue to be disciplined. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the greenest of them all? If you're going all the way to 4, keep looking for those patterns and setups and opportunities that you know and love. All right, keep it tight with the risk. Stay disciplined. Don't give in to any over trading or revenge trading. Let's stay disciplined out there, and you guys can have a good day. Yeah, someone is saying WT has a ton of fake accounts on Facebook. Yeah, man, it's just one of those things, man. It's sad that people are doing it. But yeah, take care, stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys next time.